Healing from chronic conditions like anxiety or even chronic illness can be so challenging because there are so many doubts and fears along the way. So, if you're losing hope on your healing journey, this video is going to give you the only reassurance that you'll ever need. I want you to know that what's happening in your body right now actually makes sense and it's reversible. Everyone in their healing journey hits a wall at some point where they start thinking things like, is this forever? Is there something specifically wrong with me? Am I a special case and I'm actually not going to heal?
And maybe this just is my life now.
And it's not just the physical symptoms, but it's the emotional weight of those thoughts. Always scanning your body, always trying to fix or figure out every symptom and sensation, always trying to be on guard to brace for the next flare can be so fucking exhausting. So what I want to do in this video is give you the reassurance that I wish that I had along the way, all those little things that kind of kept me going over the years of healing. I'm going to pack into one video to show you exactly why your condition can heal through nervous system safety and allowing, clearly and scientifically, what is happening in your body and why it's not inevitable that you feel like this forever. So make sure that you hit save on this video because you're going to want to come back to it again and again, I'm sure, on your journey to remind your brain that you are not in danger and that you in fact are healing even when it doesn't feel like it. Okay, so let's start with why chronic symptoms happen. Why did you develop this illness? Why do you feel like shit? Why do you have chronic anxiety? Whatever it is that is going on with you, I'm going to break down exactly why you got to where you are right now. Your body is designed to adapt and protect you always. Your nervous system and brain have one job, and it's not to keep you comfortable or happy. It's just to keep you alive. Your brain and nervous system's primary focus is survival. That is number one. The way your brain does this is through something called neuroception. This means your brain is constantly scanning for, am I safe or am I in danger? And this is something that happens automatically. You don't actually control this. You don't have control over the neuroception automatically firing. So when your brain perceives danger, whether it's emotional, physical, or even just certain sensations, it activates what's called your fight or flight response. It puts you into sympathetic nervous system activation. And that is when your symptoms begin. So this is where it gets important. When your nervous system is activated, stress hormones increase, blood flow shifts away from digestion, hello IBS, muscles tighten, causing pain and tension and bracing. Your breathing changes, heart rhythm changes, and your brain prioritizes survival, which can cause things like brain fog and derealization. And it feels like everything is going wrong, like you're malfunctioning, but nothing is actually malfunctioning. It's actually working a little too well because it's your body doing exactly what it's designed to do to help you survive. Your symptoms are not random. They are actually outputs of a nervous system that thinks that it's in danger. So how does all that become chronic? Well, here's where people get stuck in this loop of chronic symptoms. That system is meant to turn on and then turn off, but if your brain keeps perceiving threat, it is going to stay on. And then over time, your brain can start associating sensations equal danger, environments equal danger, thoughts equal danger, even your own body equals danger. So now the alarm isn't just reacting to real threats, it's reacting to learned ones. It's kind of like your smoke alarm is going off, but it's no longer just going off for a fire, it's going off every time you make toast, every time you breathe, every time you look at it, and then you get confused because the symptoms, they feel very real, and there are real physiological things happening in your body, but they're being driven by a sensitized nervous system, not actual danger. Now, your illness may have started with a major event like a surgery or a virus or being in a moldy home or whatever it was. That is not actually the cause of your symptoms. It's just the final trigger that lit that fire for you. It was likely that your nervous system was beginning to feel overwhelmed for quite a while before you had that final tipping point. And with all this going on, you end up being stuck in a loop where your body is reacting, your brain is constantly trying to understand it and fix it and figure it out, which is then making your body produce more symptoms, which is then making your brain freak out anymore. And all of that makes sense because it is so easy to fall in that loop and challenging to get out of it when you don't see what's happening. But here's the problem. Every time that you react to your symptoms like they are something that you need to fight, you need to fix, you need to figure out, you need to analyze, you need to avoid, resist, push away, that then sends a direct message to your brain that yes, we are not safe, which then sends a message to your nervous system that yes, keep sounding the alarms, and we get stuck here. So it's not that you're failing at healing, it's that your brain is still receiving that signal that there is danger. But there is hope and there is healing, and healing is totally possible. Yes, even for you, the one questioning whether you're the one who's the special case who's going to be stuck like this forever. Spoiler alert, everybody who goes through this has those exact same thoughts. Your key of getting out of this loop, getting out of chronic illness, chronic anxiety, is the magic and the mind-body work. But contrary to popular belief, mind-body work is not just think positive and meditate for a few minutes a day and then you'll be fine. What you're actually doing with this work is you're retraining your nervous system's perception of safety. You're changing the input so that the outputs, aka the symptoms, can change. When you first acknowledge the pattern and acknowledge your symptoms, you're then reducing resistance and signaling to the brain that this is not a threat, this is not something that I need to fight. And then when you in turn allow those symptoms, allow those sensations to be there without fighting them, without trying to fix them, figure them out, change them, get mad at them, get rid of them, you're teaching your nervous system, I can experience this and still be safe. And this reduces the fear response loop. And then when you adjust your focus on your everyday life despite the symptoms, you're sending a powerful signal that there is no danger because you can live your life. You're actively creating new associations that sensations actually are safe to have, that your body is safe, and that the present moment is also safe. And this is literally how the brain rewires. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain learns from repetition. So if your repetition has likely been fear, symptom, fear, symptom, fear, symptom, you are now interrupting that pattern. Now let's be clear, you are not forcing your symptoms to go away. You are changing the pattern that created them. So if it's been a while and you're sitting there thinking like, why am I not feeling better yet? There is actually nothing wrong with you. Your body isn't evil or working against you or trying to harm you. It's actually been trying to protect you this entire time, and that is a powerful realization to begin to change your perception so you can move forward in acknowledging, allowing, accepting, and then adjusting. The intensity of your symptoms is actually a reflection of how hard your brain and body are working to try and keep you safe. And it doesn't matter how many years you've been stuck in this loop. I've had clients that have been suffering for over 18 years that then begin to feel better once they start applying the mind-body work. It's not something that is permanently wrong with you. It's just something that has been learned. And remember, anything that can be learned can also be unlearned. So if you've been fighting for quite a while and you've been trying so hard to find the perfect protocol, the perfect supplement, the perfect diet, the perfect whatever to get you to heal, the key is to actually shift the signal that your brain is receiving, shifting it from something is wrong to I'm actually safe. This is just my body trying to protect me. If you've been on this journey and sometimes you do feel hopeless because you're so sick and tired of feeling this way, I completely understand. I completely get it. I've been there and I know exactly what that feels like. But what you're experiencing right now, it has an explanation. And more importantly, it has a way out. Your body just learned a pattern and you are capable of teaching it a new one. If this video resonated with you, or if you learned something new, or if it gave you hope, make sure you hit like, because then it shows the algorithm that these videos are important and it's going to reach more people who need hope on this healing journey. And if you're ready to dive deep on your healing journey, if you need help acknowledging, allowing, and adjusting to signal safety to your nervous system, this is exactly why I created my program called Brain Body Reclaim. I'll link it in the comments below. And if you have any questions about any of this, I would love to hear from you. So comment down below and I will get back to you. Remember, healing happens one day and one moment at a time, and you are not alone.